Well, yeah. Good looking food. Hi everyone. Hello everyone. It's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Hello. I have a couple of new subscribers I found out. I also had a couple people who didn't quite care for my Jurassic World video. A lot of people watched it. A lot of them didn't care for it. That's fine. Um, for those who are considering watching it, I just need you to know it's not the actual footage. I didn't leak the footage. It's not. This is also for like Universal's lawyers. I did not leak the footage. It's fair use. I just talk about it. Not the same thing. I don't show any footage from the film. Not even because none of it is legally able to be shown because it's meant for theaters. So, moving on from that, we're going to talk about a film today. Not going to be much to talk about in this one. This is probably going to be a short video. However, you never know. And that movie is Wolfgang. Wolfgang is now streaming on Disney Plus. It's directed by David Gelb. David Gelb, who is a terrific documentarian. He did the really, really great food-related documentary, Jiro Dreams of Sushi, which is wonderful. You should watch it. He also did a narrative film, a horror film called The Lazarus Effect, with Olivia Wilde and Sarah Bolger and Mark Duplass and Donald Glover and so many good actors who were wasted on it, which was not good. And it's a waste of time. Not even worth it for the good acting. But basically, he's back into his documentary roots with Wolfgang, and this film is streaming on Disney Plus, and it is centered on the life and career of Wolfgang Puck, the great Wolfgang Puck, who is basically was the first celebrity chef, as they kind of promote. Started from humble beginnings in Austria. He was kind of an illegitimate child with raised by a single mother, and had a kind of a monstrous upbringing with his stepfather, who was very abusive and told him he never could do much, which brought him down to the point where at one point he even mentioned that he almost took his own life, but he didn't. He said, you know what, I'm going to prove him wrong, and he began working as a chef and eventually opened his restaurant Spago, which became a big deal and got him a lot of famous friends, Tom Hanks among them, as well as people like Sidney Poitier and Michael Caine, some of the great actors, and Joan Collins too. So yeah, big time guy. And this is his story. This is how he got here, and where he is now, and it's quite inspirational. And Mr. Puck is quite charming, and I think that's the best thing I can say about Wolfgang. I don't think this is a perfect documentary, and I think that, I know it's unfair to say this, it suffers quite a bit from being seen by me less than a week after seeing The Sparks Brothers, which also was a documentary about entertainment kind of figures, people who are somewhat well known but kind of under the radar. Now, that movie was an hour longer, and it was more comprehensive. This film is only about 79 minutes, it's very short, and my biggest thing with it was, it just kind of is a surface level documentary, especially when we're not being told the story by Mr. Puck himself. I think the movie shines at its best when Wolfgang Puck is telling the story, because he's a very charismatic presence, he's easy to be inspired by, and I think this is a very Disney-fied take on his story, but I think that children, young aspiring people, cooks, in general, are going to be really moved by it, and I think it's also kind of an inspirational story about how you don't need to, in some small masculinity and the kind of outdated ideas about what masculinity is that there's nothing wrong with liking to be in the kitchen and be a guy. There's nothing wrong with having that as a dream, and I think that's what's really cool about this film, and I like that it's inspirational. It is a little self-serving on one end that has nothing to do with Mr. Puck, that it's a Disney production, however, because they have a moment where basically the president of Disney all but says, I discovered him by putting him on Good Morning America, and it does feel a little opportunistic that it's... But to be fair, that did happen, but it's, one of the fun factoids that David Letterman kind of was the influence on his, kind of at-home meals, frozen food meals. There's some interesting stuff. Some stuff where they talk to his son, who's now a restaurateur himself. But I think that when the camera is not on Puck, it's not as interesting. Luckily, though, Mr. Puck is the focus of the interviews in a lot of the film, and I think that is what makes Puck or Wolfgang rather, worth recommending. And what's gonna give me to give it 4 stars out of 5. I think this is a solid film. I don't think it's perfect, and I think that there are some things that are a little too on the shallow side, but I think that it's hard not to be inspired by Wolfgang Puck himself, and I think he's a really charming screen presence. You can see why people like the guy. I liked his story, and I'm definitely glad I watched Wolfgang. I did enjoy it. I just think that it could have been a little more deep. I think it could have been a little less. One critic I read, I'm just gonna steal their line because I think it's the only way to describe it. I don't mean to do this. It's an appetizer, not the main course, and I think that's the best way of putting it. If you're talking in food terms, it's just about enough of a good thing. I kind of wanted more of that good thing, and I wanted it to be a little deeper. But still a good flick. Wolfgang gets 4 stars out of 5. Trailer trash, none. Watching Disney Plus. Was there shawarma? No, there was not. So, I'm going to be back later with a super secret movie review. Then we're done for the weekend. Tuesday we're talking Zola, and then more to come, which I listed before. That'll all be next time, and until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all. I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. Appreciate you all. I love you all. Class dismissed. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. Give Wolfgang a shot. I just sounded a little too down on it. It's worth watching, especially if you're a young person aspiring to be a cook. It's very inspirational. So yeah. Take care. See you soon. Bye. Thank you all.